What is up, guys? Archon29 here bringing you guys another YouTube video. We've recently been covering a lot of World of Warcraft, but with the new year, Apex has announced a new patch is coming out. And we still do play Apex from time to time when the boys are on, so it's not entirely out of my repertoire of games that I want to cover. So anyway, basically what we have is a new game mode, Airdrop Escalation Takeover, Pathfinder's Town Takeover, the Fight Night Collection event and its rewards associated with it, as well as a Gibraltar Heirloom, newly generous loot granting Marvins, and a whole list of balance changes and bug fixes. Honestly, what I want to cover is I want to cover the balance changes for the legends more so than any of the other stuff. The extra stuff you guys can kind of fiddle your way with and see, like new game mode and that. Apparently, there's going to be a bunch of crates dropping every ring round, and the more and more you survive into the ring rounds, the better the loot is from the crates. Is what I've pretty much the TLDR of this mode. Pathfinder Town Takedown, there's going to be an arena you can enter. See all the orbs in there, you can actually punch those orbs out. Guns do not work in there. You basically have a 1v1 boxing match with people, and nobody can interfere from the outside, as you can see from the barriers here. But like I said, you can punch the orbs out to help your teammates out. The Fight Night Collection event and rewards track, that's just the collection for the event. Obviously, Gibraltar's getting his new heirloom here. The Fight Night event tracker, skins, guns. The loot Marvins are the next big thing for the patch because this is only going to be on Olympus. So think of it like the World's Edge loot bots that float in the sky. They're the loot balls that turn from common, or no, they turn from blue to purple to legendary. It's going to be pretty similar. You're going to find Marvins on the map, and based on what face their chest plate here is displaying, you will get that type of loot. Like a white sad face is common, neutral blue face is rare, pleasured purple face is epic, very happy yellow face is legendary. And you can also shoot them as well. And they drop parts, and it says here that you may get rewarded for putting together a Marvin. Not sure how that works. But with all of the other stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look and see what the balance patches look like. Legends, there's nothing too meta shaking this time around. We're giving Season 7 some extra time to shake out. Horizon released strong but not overpowered. The below buffs are aimed at small power increases. Rampart still needs overall power, and the caustic buff is an extra bit of compensation for the loss of vision blur from the gas in Season 7. Note that looking at our data, the Season 7 change was a solid buff for caustic, but he's not quite where we want him to be. Okay, so Rampart amped cover. Decreased cooldown from 30 to 20 seconds. I've told you guys before my thoughts on Rampart in the last patch. This isn't the problem with Rampart, honestly. The problem with Rampart is that Apex Legends, for the most part, is a game that you're more times than not going to have to rush in and engage. It's very rare, unless you get lucky with the circle placement, that you're actually able to sit back and, relax and set up. And unfortunately, that's where Rampart struggles with. She needs that setup. It's kind of like Caustic does. Caustic, to a degree, also needs setup time. Wattson is another one of these legends that suffers from this. Like, I think she's probably one that suffers right up there with Rampart. Caustic, you can kind of get away with it because you can just throw the ult in there and just gas people. So it's not as bad for him. But Rampart's ultimate is not great without her shield cover. Wattson is at least feasible because it stops projectiles from coming in, so they can't throw grenades and bombard you with ultimates and that. So I think Rampart's the one that kind of gets the lower end of the stick of the three. And I don't think this is the answer. They don't want to turn Rampart into a character where she can just run up, drop cover instantly, and then laser through the cover and just melt people. That's what they've already said they don't want to do, but unfortunately, just with the way Apex works, I don't see any other way to make this character work. It just doesn't work. So hopefully we get something a little more down the line. I don't know how much these changes are going to help Rampart. Let me know down below, any of the people playing Rampart, if you guys think that this is going to fix the character, because personally I just don't. Caustic, Noxus Gas Trap. Decrease cooldown from 25 seconds to 20 seconds. So on the other hand, this is actually a really good change for Caustic. Because like I said, his barrels get value no matter what. You can throw it into the middle of a team fight. Let's say you can get high ground in your third party, and you can dump your barrels on top of the third party and still get some value out of it. Whereas Rampart, the moment you try to deploy your cover, they're going to either hear it come down or they're going to see it come down. If they hear or see the barrels coming down, it's usually already too late and they're going to hit them anyway. They're not going to have time to switch from the target that they're fighting to shoot the barrel before it goes off and starts dealing damage to them. And then you can kind of throw barrels accordingly to keep them in the gas the entire way. And then same thing with the ultimate. Like Caustic's, this for Caustic is way more than what it is for Rampart. Weapons, Hemlock. Decrease damage from 22 to 20. I guess they got tired of people one-bursting people with the Hemlock. Interesting. Mastiff. Spread out 3rd, 4th pellets to decrease max range of 4th pellets hit. Was plus minus 7.5, now plus minus 10. 4 pellets. To decrease max range. Wow, really? I never would have guessed that people were trying to long range people with the Mastiff. That's kind of interesting. The Peacekeeper I could see if you got it out of the crate because the precision choke makes it a sniper rifle essentially. But I don't remember ever seeing people try to snipe me with a Mastiff. Interesting. Unless it's a mid-range nerf to where now you can only use it up close. The Prowler reserve bullets increased from 175 to 210. This needed to happen. The Prowler's a golden gun, and you melted through ammo with the gun. Like, they needed something to make the Prowler feel good as a gold vault weapon. Or as a care package weapon. Quality of life. Ultimate accelerants can now be used without opening your inventory. If your ultimate is not currently available, just press the button or buttons on a controller to activate it, and you'll pull out any stored accelerant in your inventory and automatically use it? What? Can I use if your ultimate is not currently available, just press the button or buttons on it. So, did they... What? So I'm guessing they added it to the ping circle, right? Or not the ping circle, but the inventory circle that you can pick and choose from. Is basically what this is, and then you just push the button and it activates it. A weird way of phrasing it. Unless they just added a dedicated button to it. Oh, well, whatever. When in a lobby, if a party member leaves your lobby for any reason, all party members will be marked as not ready. This should stop accidental launches into a match when your buddy dipped out for a sec. This needed to be a thing when the game launched. This has happened so many times. Like, we'll have somebody get an error code, they'll get kicked, the other 2 people will be readied up, and the next thing you know, those 2 people are in a game, in ranked, of course, and you can't leave. Otherwise, you get a penalty for leaving. It's like, why? Why? The fabled Mark All as Seen button has been added. Click this to remove the pesky, helpful red dots. Okay, pinging the nearest respawn beacon from Spectate will now always ping the nearest beacon unless you don't have enough time to use it before the ring closes over it, instead of defaulting to the nearest beacon in the next safe ring. I like this change. This is actually really cool, because I think they took away the ability to look at the map when you're dead. Quote me if I'm wrong, just let me know if I'm wrong on that, but from what I remember, I couldn't open up the map the last time I died to show like the nearest beacon, and when I hit X, it would obviously try to use the safe ring with 3 minutes to go before the circle closed, when my teammate could have easily just gone to a different one and got me up. So, very good change. I think it's very, very important. It helps newer players as well, so they don't have to, think they have to go into the ring in order to revive somebody. We now show you how many treasure packs are needed to acquire the next comics page. This should just make it easier to people who are chasing the new bit of lore to know how far away they are. Just a quality of life change. Caustic should now smash the door with his heirloom hammer instead of his leg if available. Yeah, that's another quality of life thing. We added a small bit of information to the Find Friends box to describe a situation where your friend might not be findable because of their EA account settings. Interesting. So I'm guessing this is just a bug fix to how people who are cross-platforming play together, or maybe just inside the PC version. Bug fixes. Bloodhound. Fix an issue with Bloodhound's UI disappearing after interacting with Horizon's tactical. Poor Bloodhound. Wraith. Fix an issue with Wraith's portals getting destroyed by the Trident. Could you imagine a Wraith like running from you, her teammates are trying to get to the portal with her, and then you run a vehicle through it to head them off and it just breaks the portal? No, she's isolated on the other side of the map. Her team can't get to her and then they just die. I mean, it makes the Trident go up in value, that's for sure. Bangalore. Fixed an issue with Bangalore's missile passing through hatch doors when they are closed in World's Edge. Yo guys, let's go ahead and hide in this house. There's no possible way the missiles could hit us. I think there's a missile in the room with us. What do you mean? Oh my god. Unfortunate. That'd be unfortunate. I wonder if Gibraltars were doing this too, but then again, I guess Gibraltars aren't like projectiles that land for a second and then detonate. His are just explode on impact, probably. Mirage fixed an issue with Mirage's decoys not making footstep sounds. So I think this is probably the most interesting thing in the patch, honestly. My god, this is going to be annoying. You're going to be listening for footsteps and Mirage is going to pop alt and the next thing you're going to hear is just nothing but tap dancing for the next like 20 seconds. Crypto fixed an issue with Hack consuming 2 vault keys if 2 vault keys were in Crypto's inventory. Yeah, it's probably pretty good because you can open the vault with the bot now. Fixed an issue with Hack getting stuck within the Trident when deployed as a passenger and the Trident is on a ramp. No UAV reconnaissance for you. Revenant fix an issue causing other players to teleport with Revenant if they punch Revenant when he has very little health. I'm guessing there was a bug with that. Who was the other character that had this bug? I think Loba had this bug, right? Where you could actually teleport your team with you when if they punched you at the same time you used your beacon or whatever to get away. I can't think of the band, the armband. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head. I think that there was an issue where people were punching Loba and they just go with her. So it's kind of funny. Revenant had the same issue. Fix an issue that didn't allow Revenant to deploy the Death Totem while on the Trident. Huh. So I guess he was always meant to be able to deploy the Death Totem to where you could just return back to the Trident. Kinda cool. Loba fixed a lot of windows in World's Edge that prevented Loba's bracelet from passing through. Very important for a character that, you know, has vertical getaway, but, you know, needs that to live. Rampart fixed an issue that allowed Rampart to play Sheila while in the Phase Runner. I can't remember what the Phase Runner is. Fix an issue where UI elements stayed on screen after using Sheila. I'm guessing that you would just constantly have the turret's ammo capacity in the lower right hand corner instead of your actual gun. Horizon fixed an issue with Horizon's abilities not affecting Lifeline's dock and Crypto Drone. So, I'm guessing the pull-in. So a very minimal patch to celebrate New Year's. There are some interesting things like the Massive getting nerfed, Hemlock getting nerfed, Prowler getting buffed, which is big, Caustic getting buffed, Rampart still missing the point for what she needs. So, all in all, I honestly think, like I said, Mirage's footsteps are going to be the biggest buff of the patch, or bug fix, or whatever buff of the patch, just because it's going to really mess with people who are listening for footsteps and that. So your teammates can actually take advantage of this too, if you think about it, because you pop your ult, you start running around, they hear your footsteps, they hear your clone's footsteps, they hear your team's footsteps, but which footsteps are which? You know what I mean? So it's kind of a game of, I'm listening for intel and I can't detect which one's which, and your teammates will get the drop on people and be able to take people down from behind, which is nice. All in all, it's a good Mirage buff. I think Mirage and Caustic are pretty good right here. Nothing else down here really affected anybody outside of Revenant, which I would say this is actually kind of a nerf when you think about it. Because if it's something to do with the Death Totem, then that's kind of a nerf, because you'd go back with half HP and have all your shields, and more than that, if they were low from you shooting them, they would come with you to the totem, and then you'd just be able to kill them at the totem. So it's kind of a nerf in theory, but very minimal and very limited to how much use it would have actually had. But all in all, like I said, Caustic and I believe Mirage are the big winners for the small patch. Hopefully you guys have fun dueling it out in the arena. Those of you who are after the Gibraltar Heirloom, good luck with that. And I will see everybody back here for the next video. I might be doing some Apex Legends tomorrow, the 3rd. If anybody wants to stop in, I'll be linking my Twitch down below. Come hang out with us. And with that, I'm out, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. See you guys out there in Apex Legends. Later.